Hi folks, it's Easter Monday, April 13th. Let me just turn this down. I'm just watching some stats from our professionals. Hope you all had a good Easter. As I start off, I want to sort of say Happy Easter to the people who stole a couple $100 worth of potting plants, shrubs that were in great containers outside of the coffee shop. I hope they're going well in their new home, and they're making your property look a little bit better. And we again just hope you sort of enjoy them. Happy Easter. Another thing today is I have some questions. The questions that are just sort of bugging me. We've been watching our experts who are leading this fight against the Wuhan waltz, this playing tag with Wuhan. And the question that comes to mind, they're telling us that over half of the deaths, or possibly half of the deaths, are occurring in our senior care homes. And there's, I suppose in this way that would be understandable because they're at-risk people. But the whole premise of our isolation and staying at home and bending the curve and all of this sort of spiel that we get all the time, the question arises, when you look at a senior care home, there are residents who don't go out. They aren't allowed visitors, so no strangers are coming in. Now, the only people coming and going are the professionals who are looking after the place. So the question arises, if all of our so-called professionals cannot control or keep the virus from spreading in a confined building where only they have access to, how the hell are they supposed to be looking after the whole country? It sort of makes you wonder, and maybe we should get some more input into that, get some more professionals involved, not just the healthcare people who are sort of being directed by WHO for in most cases. It's starting to get a bit annoying. And in Canada, the healthcare and the seniors' homes situation is it's beyond excuses now. There can be no more excuses. We better get serious with this because, again, if you can't control a building where you only have access to, how in the hell are you going to get the whole country under whack? I mean, I read a letter to Dr. Henry from a lady in Courtenay, which says you treat people like idiots and you're going to get that's what you're going to get. I think people, they have to realize that there's thinking individuals out here and who aren't going to take stupidity for long, because that's what it boils down to. There's another senior care resident this morning that now has an outbreak of cases. And again, there's no excuse for that. Perhaps when this is all over, we'll find out why. It makes you wonder, maybe the people who belong to the people who are in those homes, maybe a class action lawsuit would get people shaking their heads and paying attention, because there's something wrong with that picture. And that's about all this morning. I'm just sort of concerned about people in senior care, because hey, we're all headed that way. Just think about that. We're all headed that way. That's about all. Take care. Get a hold of people in charge and tell them to get serious about looking after seniors. Quit playing around and coming up with excuses. I mean, that's just too many deaths and too many outbreaks in a confined area that they're supposed to have control of. And the other thing, I think we have to start planning to get back to work. We cannot, if we leave, look at it this way. The people who are in charge, who can't control the building, they're going to tell us when the economy can roll again. Well, guess what? It won't be an economy. We have to get more thinking people involved in that decision-making process. And I'm not saying jump the gun and let everybody get sick and die sort of thing, obviously not. But we have to get some logical minds in this. People who think outside of that box, who aren't sort of stuck by their degree in their profession and who refuse to take advice. We're into this 4 months almost now. And, we don't have supplies, we're short of supplies. And here's another good question. This is a tip of a hat to Alberta. The province of Alberta is supplying 3 of the larger provinces with medical gear, with safety equipment. Now, where was our federal government, where were the rest of our the so-called health professionals, to get themselves so far behind the 8 ball that people on the front line don't have gear? And Alberta goes into their warehouses and finds stuff and donate it to the other provinces. So again, it's a tip of a hat to Alberta, number 1, for having the foresight to be prepared, and number 2, for just donating this to the other provinces. And incidentally, those 3 provinces that donated all this gear to are the provinces that tell Alberta to stick their oil pipelines and that up their butt. They're not interested. It's sort of intriguing. Maybe we can sort of return that favor when this all settles and help Alberta get their economy back on the road. But it won't be by the people who can't control the one building, a senior citizen zone. We have to get more people involved. Take care. Bye for now. And see you again.